What's up today, guys? I've got a video for you, and it's going to be over the build that I have on the website now. It's a pre-built rifle that's brand new, fully built out, decked out with brand new parts, internally, externally, all that good stuff. In this video, I'll kind of go over a parts list and kind of tell you the performance and kind of what I was getting at with when I did some range shooting, some range tests, performance tests, accuracy tests, things like that, chrono, all that good stuff I'll kind of have in this video just to tell you. And I'll also like kind of have little clips showing, specifics, because this is just kind of just me talking to the camera, talking to myself pretty much. But all right, so this build is a EdGI Jurassic tuning kit VSR-10 build, brand new VSR by the way, as well as the rest of the parts in this gun. So the Jurassic tuning kit is fully installed. The one I have on my website is installed on this rifle. So you've got the Jurassic receiver, heat treated, as well as the Jurassic receiver and cylinder. Then you've got the 550 FPS rated spring by EdGI. It's the 13 millimeter spring that's on here, as well as you've got the SAP kit. So you've got the SAP kit installed with I think the 120 gram weight sleeve on the piston. It's got the adjustment of the air brake. It's all the way, it's pretty long. I fully lengthened that air brake out on the piston in this rifle because I wanted to bring it down to that 2.5 to 2.3 joule mark, which I got it at. It's right about 2.5 joules, 500, a little under 500 FPS. So you can bring it to any field that's 500 FPS or lower for bolt action builds, sniper rifles. So that's why I did that with the SAP kit. Another big feature on this rifle is it has the Tritos Designs TDC 2.0 Pro. It's installed and it will be installed, pre-installed. Everything will be pre-installed when you buy this, just how it is like right now. So you don't have to worry about doing it yourself. That's the whole concept of this, as well as it's going to be discounted price as well as far as the pricing goes. So you're going to save close to $200 buying it pre-built like this rather than buying each part individually brand new. It will be at a good price point for you guys if you're not wanting to upgrade yourself, but you still want a super high-end build. EdGI has been around for a long time. He makes amazing parts, super well-built parts, as well as all of these manufacturers that make the internals on these. That's why I bring them in. I've used them personally myself. I've used the OG EdGI tuning kit back in the day, and that was a great tuning kit as well. So I brought in more of his parts. I've used the TDC. I actually have this bolt handle. A lot of these things I put into this gun and put on the shop. I use personally, so I know that they perform well. So that's why I wanted to do this in the first place. So as you can see, the bolt handle, it's the maple leaf. You've got the twisted right hand bolt handle. It's going to be in the righty conversion. It's going to stay like that because this is the Jurassic tuning kit receiver and it's made for right-handed shooters. So I'm going to keep it like that. If you want it left-handed, you can always switch out the receiver. The inner barrel is a Sniper Mechanics 430 millimeter length inner barrel, 6.03, and man, it's unbridged barrel. It's an unbridged barrel. So I've got the Sniper Mechanics NOR 60-degree bucking installed with it. I've got some different mods to keep the seal a little bit better in this build. What's nice is as far as accuracy and consistency, when I was doing an FPS chrono test, it was shooting like right on the mark. Each shot was like super consistent. So the air efficiency is really good in this rifle. I'll show a little clip of it chronoing. Eventually in this video you'll see that. As far as range, I was shooting out distance right about out there. It's around 90 meters. it was hitting pretty accurately. I mean, it's pretty foggy right now, so I wasn't like getting, perfect shots, but I mean, I wasn't able to make perfect shots just because it's a little foggy, but it was getting downrange with no problem at all. It could easily go beyond 100 meters. This is just, the distance I had to shoot at. I had an optic on it, don't worry, but I'm just showing it like this because it's not gonna come with an optic. My optic is my optic, so you guys will have to buy an optic. I'm sure you guys have some options out there, or you already have one that you are gonna probably throw on this. I would definitely recommend a rifle scope. Vortex is pretty solid. So, and I personally use center point. It's a budget rifle scope, but it works and it does the job for airsoft. You don't need crazy magnification and all sorts of different focal plane, like focal plane points on your optic. You don't need you don't need some high end MOA. I use a center point optic. It's like a $50 optic, and I've had it for like 7+ years, and it's done the job, and it still works, and glass hasn't shattered, nothing like that. So you can put an optic on here. The rail will come installed like this. This is a brand new rail. This is actually the rail from my VSR-10. So if you were wondering where I got this rail, it's brand new. I personally have a VSR-10, and I just threw this rail on it because the tuning kit doesn't come with, most receivers don't come with the rail. You have to buy it separate, but I'm going to throw a rail on here just as, because obviously you need a rail when you buy a pre-built gun. So there's a brand new rail on here. It's pretty sick design, but now you guys have a rail, and that's pretty cool. Another thing is the trigger. That's the biggest thing in this gun. You've got the Springer Customs S trigger in here, the latest version. I mean, there's batch 9.4, but it's the same as 9.3. I've talked to Pavel at Springer Customs. He's the owner, and he told me it's the same version. So it's the latest version's 90-degree Springer Customs trigger in here, and it is modified so that it can work with the bolt release system. So you can completely remove the bolt, reinstall the bolt, and have that 90-degree trigger. It doesn't have 45-degree sears like some of the other EdGI Jurassic kits available right now on the market. They're selling them with 45-degree sears, which means it's 45-degree piston, which means it's a 45-degree sap kit, and it's kind of outdated. You want a 90-degree trigger, whether it's Springer Customs or the Flex trigger. Go with what you choose. It's up to you, but this is what I have in here, and this is what's installed, and 90-degree triggers are the way to go, by far. I don't really offer 45-degree sears just because, like, I've had issues with those in the past. They crack, they break, they wear out, and they just don't last long. So that's why I installed a Springer Customs trigger in this, and it is fantastic. You can adjust the weight of the bolt pull, like the how much like pressure you put on the trigger. You want a lighter trigger, heavy trigger pull, full length trigger pull. You can put a safety on here. I removed the safety. I'm not a big fan of the safety, but if you want a safety, go for it. Just install it with your stock. I'll throw it in there, that stock safety, as a bonus. But as well as when you get this gun, it will come with all the boxes of the parts installed into this rifle, so you know the exact parts are in here. Without even having to open it up, you'll have the boxes of the parts installed. So if you ever go to like part it out, or you think, man, I would really like a different outer barrel, so you get rid of your TDC, you can throw that TDC in a box, the original box, and you can sell it on eBay or HopUp or whatever, and yeah, and then you can upgrade your barrel and get a different TDC. Maybe you want to get the Action Army HopUp instead of the stock HopUp chamber, but it's still the Tritos TDC, and it functions great. You've got all the adjustability there. You got better range, better performance, better consistency, and the flight path is a little bit straighter trajectory as far as that goes with the inner barrel, paired with that Sniper Mechanics inner barrel and bucking, which is just great. The threads, I can loosen this up. You will need to get an adapter if you want to throw a suppressor on there, but that's not an issue. I mean, you can find that anywhere pretty much. There really isn't much else to say about this gun. Everything I gave you kind of a part list, pretty much went over the performance, and yeah, that's pretty much how this rifle is. It shoots amazing. Let's just say it shoots way more consistent than any gun I've built. This is probably by far the most consistent build I've built. Better than mine, I'll be honest. It's performing better than mine. I think it's just because it has the latest bucking in it. I think that's the biggest thing. And it also, a better inner barrel probably. I think it's better than the crazy jet that I have in my personal build. So I've got to update my gun as well. You'll see, updates of my gun, but that's not for this video. I'll bring that up at a different time. But for now, this is what I've got here. And yeah, that's this EdGI Jurassic VSR-10 build. And you can find it on the website. Oh, I thought I heard something. Losing my mind here. You can find it on the website. The new tab is now released on the channel. There will be more builds like this, pre-built guns from me and maybe from some other people too. Hopefully I can make that happen if he's willing to do it. But yeah, this is it right here. And you'll see the starting price point is very affordable, and you're definitely saving $200+ buying this pre-built rather than parting it out, piecing it out together and doing it yourself. But yeah, that's all I have. Have a great day.